The strategy of Narcissus from the Dornhorst Testament, but also found in Always Enact Fidelity to Me by His Divine Presence, Avatar Adidar Samraj. The strategy of Narcissus. Only a fool will fail to cultivate the relationship to me, the divine avataric master, the heart beloved of all and all. Likewise, only a fool will fail to cultivate human well-being and spiritual, transcendental, and divine realization in the case of his or her any partner in intimate embrace. And this is also true. The ego, or the self-contracted individual, is just such a fool. The emotional sexual ego constantly hunts for an other. The ego I, or self-contraction, hunts or seeks an other, even all others, and the total objective cosmos, in order to be gratified, consoled, and protected. The compulsive hunting or search for an other is generated by the feelings of unhappiness, emptiness, and separateness that possesses and characterize the self-contracted being. Once an other is found, the ego I clings to the other, at first pleasurably and then aggressively. The ego I depends on the other for happiness, and over time, the ego I makes greater and greater demands on the other for fulfillment of itself in all of its desires. Often in time, the other becomes depressed and exhausted by this demand, and thus leaves or dies. Just as likely, the ego I discovers over time that the other cannot or will not satisfy the absolute demand for attention and consolation. In that case, the ego I feels betrayed, and the ego I begins the strategy of punishing, rejecting, and abandoning the other. Every conditionally manifested being has, in time, often been the proposed victim of this strategy of separate and separative selves. Even more, until the heart gives way to my divine love bliss, every conditionally living being is the original genius and grand performer of this strategy of separate and separative selves. It is the strategy of Narcissus, and it is the dreadful work of all conditionally living beings who are not awake to the truth beyond the ego I. If there is to be real happiness, the cycle of egoic self-preoccupation and other dependency or object dependency generally must be transcended. In the radical reality way of the heart, this cycle is transcended through most fundamental self-understanding and through ego-transcending love, service, self-discipline, and meditation in whole bodily me recognizing and whole bodily to me responsive devotional relationship to me, and eventually, by means of my avatarically self-transmitted divine transcendental spiritual grace, through direct and at last most perfect realization of my avatarically self-revealed, self-radiant, or in heavenly spiritual, self-existing or transcendental, and self-evidently divine and intrinsically egoless self-nature, self-condition, and self-state, which is the source condition of all and all, and which is the inherently transcendently spiritually bright self-nature, self-condition, and self-state of reality itself, and therefore of existence or being itself. In this manner, the inherent happiness or love blissfulness of my spiritual, transcendental, intrinsically egoless, and self-evidently divine person, and bright transcendental spiritual self-nature, self-condition, and self-state replaces the fruitless search or hunt for happiness by the self-contracted and dependent conditional self. Da.